People between the ages of 35 and 50 are always considered Generation X, whether it be in school or in politics or in the media. You hear it in TV shows. Do you know why they call us Generation X? Because Generation X always stood for the last of the awakened, which is, I don't know if it has any correlation with the Great Awakening, but I'm sure it has some kind of correlation with it. But I'm not sure if that's what they meant by it. But what it is the last generation of fully awakened, free-willed people. Then I started hearing lately, when they start talking about the younger generation, those are under 35. They're like our grandkids. If you're 35, 40 years old and you got grandkids, kids that are right now under the age of 10 are considered Generation Z. I've heard this from the CDC. I've heard this in media. I've heard this in politics. I've heard it on all the mainstream media talk about Generation Z. Got to get these vaccines rolled out for Generation Z. Why do you need to roll out vaccinations for a specific generation? Is it because you know something that we don't? My point being is, Generation Z, do you really know what that is? That is the last generation of free will. Period. Why is Generation Z, our grandkids, being indoctrinated? Because you can't make socialists out of individuals. Children who know how to think for themselves spoil the harmony of the collective society, which is coming, where everyone is interdependent. Welcome back to Media Anarchy. I'm Captain Obvious. Caught something this weekend when the grandkids were here. I was on the garage with their daddy working on the van. We were building the front end, and he was in here watching cartoons. Like we used to do when we were kids. And something caught my ear. Okay? And the reason why I need to share this with you is because you need to understand what is taking place in the world around you right now as we speak. Most of you know this. Some of you still don't get it. And that's why we do what we do. All right, this show. Now, for whatever reason, I don't understand why these millennial parents, these blue pill taking brainwashed parents, and some of them even say that they know this is going on, they know that's going on, and they're concerned about the vaccines, and they don't give their kids juices, and they're waking up, so to speak, but they still let them watch this garbage. Now, it isn't my business what they do in their home. That's what they want to do, that's fine. Remember, part of the Great Awakening and learning the truth is change and sacrifice. And that sacrifice, sadly enough, is going to be some friends and family. Okay? I'm not going down with the ship because my kids are too stupid to bail. I'm not going to die in a building that's on fire and falling to the ground because my kids are too stupid to go out the front door. Oh, we're just going to sit there and let it run down around us. Well, that's what this is all about. If your kids are too stupid to wake up and accept this shit and change some things in their life, well, then you have to leave them behind. I'm sorry, that's just the fact. But that's the Great Awakening. Okay? Now, this show was Captain frickin' Underpants. Can you believe that? Captain Underpants. Now, I'm sure some of you probably heard of this. I never have. Okay, I hardly have any kids around here. My kids are grown, so the only cartoons I watch once in a while, and I'm real bad about it. Some days I'll sit there all morning long and watch reruns of Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, and the Jetsons. You remember those when we were kids. But the reason why this is important, and I want to explain this to people so they have a better understanding and share it with those who don't, so they get it. In this little scene right here, you have this giant evil toilet. Okay? That's where you take a crap. That is a metaphor. Got it? Now, I could see the writers putting this Illuminati, reptilian aliens controlling the world, the New World Order and the Freemasons. I hear that crap all the time in adult TV shows and adult movies. Okay? And I understand they do that for shock value. Okay? But when I start seeing this, and I'm going to call it what it is, shit. It's shit, it's crap, it's garbage, it's bullshit, and you shouldn't be letting your kids watch it. Okay? When I start seeing this shit in kids shows, that's when I get really angry, because you can screw with me. You can screw with me, I can take it. Because I've taken some things in life that the most vets I talk to say, I can't believe you're still alive. Yeah, I'm not only am I alive, I'm walking around. But when you start messing with innocent children who cannot defend themselves, say, no, I'm not gonna buy into that. Well, see, back in the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, kids were raised around the adults. They knew just as much stuff as the parents did. And that's why the kids were smart. That's why the kids were strong. That's why the kids were mentally strong. That's why they didn't take any shit. That's why they stood up against tyranny. But see, all the suppression from religion and politics and all this brainwashing bullshit has got everybody sissified. Got everybody shoved down. I mean, we used to be told to get away from the table, away from the adults. Little kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. Let me tell you what. If I was friends with the adults who raised me and my cousins and other people, I wouldn't hang around you. That is the most... Unless you're talking foul language, there's no reason why your kid shouldn't listen to you. How do you think kids learn? We think homeschooling is about, going on a computer and pulling up information and teaching it to our kids. That's not homeschooling. Homeschooling is all day, every day. When you're sitting around discussing politics at the table, your kid should be sitting right there. When you're sitting around talking about, conspiracy theories and different things that, could be going on in the world to make them more aware and open their minds, they should be right there at that table. My kids always were. Now, I don't have perfect kids, but I have smart kids. They have their faults. They have their faults just like everybody else. But they don't buy into all this religious politic bullshit. They understand what's going on. They understand, I'm not watching that. It's full of that damn bullshit. They're trying to push. See, my kids know they're trying to push that shit because they were raised awake. At about the age of 5 years old, I was giving them red pill ice cream. So, this Captain Underpants, he says... And I am going to quote this because this is the exact words. The world as you know it is getting ready to be extinct. Get ready for the New World Order. I'm not playing. That is exact words. You're going to have to come to my channel, scroll down to self-disclosure, and click on it and play it yourself. I'm having technical difficulties this week, and I've got some equipment coming in, so I can't screen capture with audio. I mean, I could, but it would take a whole lot more work than I need to put into it. So I'm just replacing a few things. But that's what it says. The world as you know it is getting ready to be extinct. Get ready for the New World Order. And then it shows some crazy stuff going on in the world. The world's being destroyed, blah, blah, blah. People are being, later on in the show, they're being hauled into, what did we say back 10 years ago with the FEMA camp shit? They're being put into cattle cars and hauled down to the guillotines. No shit. And then later, the children in the cartoon, the children that comply and don't draw their line in the sand. Okay? The ones that comply. They get saved. They get saved by the leader of the New World Order. Their Messiah. And what happens? They get all this fun stuff. The world's a beautiful place. Everything's wonderful. You see the trash. You see the mind game. You see the brainwash. You see the bullshit. This is what I'm talking about. It's this garbage that they're brainwashing the kids with. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And people are letting their kids watch this. And even when, and some people say, well, maybe they didn't know. Well, when you point it out, they say, oh, what do you want me to do about it? Tell them they can't watch cartoons? Fuck yeah, I do. Excuse the language, but yeah, I want you to tell them they can't watch it. What, you afraid to tell your kids no? You letting them run the household now? Why is this a big deal to me? Why is this so important to me? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so why is this a big deal? I'm going to tell you why it's a big deal. Because you heard the phrase, if you tell somebody something long enough, they start to believe it, correct? Now, if you tell the kids New World Order, New World Order, New World Order, New World Order, it's all about destroying the past and bringing in something beautiful and wonderful for the new, and you don't have to work and can run around and play, and robots will do all your jobs for you, and everybody will be free. What do you think's going to frickin' happen when they come on the news and they make this big announcement all over every channel? So no channel, you can't turn it off like you can now. But every channel you turn on are the elites talking about the New World Order. Today begins the New World Order. Today we're going to begin a one world religion, a one world government, and a one world currency. What do you think your child's going to do? Oh, wow, this is great. We're going to have roller coasters and candies and all kinds of beautiful rainbows. They're going to destroy all this bad stuff in the world and bring good stuff. Yay! That's what you're going to get. Because you're allowing your kids to be manipulated and have their perceptions predictively programmed by this bullshit. That is your fault. And any grandparents that don't stand up to their millennial kids and tell them to stop raising my grandkids around this brainwashing bullshit because you're afraid they'll never let you see your grandkids again, then you are the problem as well. Because you know as well as I do, if your kids don't hate you once in a while, you're not doing your damn job. I'm Captain Obvious. Wake up!